Molly, don't have to take it undercover. Just on bells are ringing, people singing, rices throwing flower, bringing ting-a-ling-a-ling. The honeymoon is when we going, and I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Shot us in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once, and we went up. Yeah. And my love a tripping. Yeah. Now I feel my body drifting. Yeah. Baby girl, she got me lifted. Am I tripping? Yeah. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happened often more than just a little happy shooting out the city.
Hey boys, coming out of yesterday's practice, we all know it wasn't good enough. Today's practice, it's gotta be great. Game day's coming fast. Let's go out here and let's be great, okay?
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Set, Blue 90! Hurry up, here we go. 319! 319! Hurry up, here we go. 319! Set, green 39! Green 39! Here we go now. Blue 90! Now let's go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
The pressure is on. This one is for the gold.
Hey big fella, swing over here. Let's talk. We've been talking about you getting better every week. You know what? Today you got better. Let's keep it up.
Excuse her while she kisses the sky. This so
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He hits Baldwin right side. Doug Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Play fake here on first down. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down.
Holding offense. That penalty is declined.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. He's got time in the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now, they were going draw play there. The defense wasn't fooled. They sniffed it out.
I think they're going to have to go back and take a few more acting classes because that's what a lot of that is. You've got to influence them to think that it's going to be a pass play and have them drop out and maybe the defensive front coming forward and find yourself some space. In this case, no one was fooled and ended up spilling that play pretty well.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Devin Hester, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And the Seahawks defense working their way back out onto the field. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. He said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. Wentz to throw on second down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Wentz now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's now 4th and 3. Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Taken in at the 22. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Luke Wilson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense.
And this is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jermaine Kearse. His Seahawks add on to their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. They were able to force that 3 and out. That led to a touchdown. Defenses obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
Now the question, can they do it again? Let's see.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, That was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Earl Thomas, a defensive guy that can make things happen.
Arguably the best center fielder in the game today. He patrols the middle of the field with speed and with fury.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll throw deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Stays on his feet. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 19. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1. Couldn't get the ball. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Called out a return of 38. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down. And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of, and now they can move forward.
11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Let's go!
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Malcolm Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be fielded at the 6. Darren Sproles. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively. Deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special. Out of the ball, held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
A dump off to Sproles. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Complete out right to Kurz. He got... At 29 yards that time. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. This will be caught at about the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
We just saw one of the benefits of a quarterback having mobility. Scrambled around, kept the play alive, and then found a receiver open downfield for a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Jacob Shum now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Back to throw. They set up the screen to Rawls. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Complete. Richardson has it. 30. 10. 5. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there just before halftime. 71 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Thomas Rawls who finishes it off with a touchdown run. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Green 39! Green 39! Right there, 54 Mike.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and it's third down. 10 yards to go on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. We focus our attention. Now on the Eagles defense. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others. I have a feeling that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way.
It's a gain of 24 that time. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenny Lawler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Seahawks taking the field for their opening drive. Here the pass would be completed into coverage, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown as they put the first points on the board. 1st and 10, Hester is found on the quick pass and catched it, and he'll go in for the touchdown. Seahawks up by 2 touchdowns. Seahawks line up at the 46. Wilson's wide open down the field. And after the long pass, he'll score. The Seahawks lead balloons to 21. Set up now, 3rd and 7. The pass ends up being picked off. And it's Thomas who makes the play for this defensive stop and turnover. Now following the interception, he's going to tuck it and run here. And this play will go for 6 as they continue to dominate. Now 1st and 10, Johnson's able to haul in the contested pass. And he's going to go 24 yards for the score. The blowout is on. 1st and 10, Richardson's got the reception, and this goes 28 yards for the score. The lead continues to mount. Now to late in the 2nd. Coverage breaks down here. And a quick 3-play drive ends with the score, continuing a high-scoring half. Still late stages of the 2nd. Out of the pocket, he'll complete the pass. And he's gone as he sprints into the end zone. Seahawks offense looking great.
So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the 2nd half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Bobby Wagner in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to. Break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. C.J. Prosise, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Right. Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the
word, and I just kept using it.
Here we go. Green 39.
Now West. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And that is incomplete. Here's Jacob Shum now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. And that passing touchdown gives him the record for the most in a single game. We have seen a historic performance here in this one.
And the word that comes to mind for me, partner, is relentless. This guy today has been relentless in going after this record. And what an accomplishment for the new single-game record.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you better. chance to do it right.
They'll run again here with West. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Charles, on the slant, you always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder of the receiver, and he used his body to keep the defender away.
They'll run it with West. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Wentz to throw on second down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. That catch good for 5. It's third down. So yet again here this week, he is struggling. And I know sometimes I've looked out here, they've devoted 2 guys to him. Whatever the case, they can't seem to get him in a rhythm here.
And ordinarily, when your big-time guys had a tough game the week before, you script some stuff into your offense to try and get him going the next week. It hasn't worked so far. I think your observation is spot on. The double coverage, the extra guys devoted to him have held him down.
Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got it.
And now we won't see a play on. Down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward. Here for a good little gain.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They're going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. 4 yards. On the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
The way the game's played now, you almost can take position affiliations off of guys. He may have been a running back, but they count on him to be a receiver and catch that football.
But he could not catch it. A big drop on third down.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't.
Looking for Green. Back up, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now whistles come in. We're timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Holding. Defense.
That's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now a play fake here on first down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. They'll look to, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's up. We know this thing's done.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
All right, so what do you make of these numbers here? Back-to-back games where he's really, really struggling.
Well, I go back to our meeting with the head coach, and you asked him about what happened last week and whether you thought he'd come out of it, and he was a little hesitant, wasn't he? He wasn't real confident about what he would see. He was hopeful.
Right.
And that always scares me a little bit if I'm a player, if I had actually heard that. But as a broadcaster, listen to the head coach say he's hopeful. Well, so far that hope hasn't been realized.
Yeah, we both noted that after, and you're right, it hasn't been realized. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now Wentz on third down. Screen pass to Sproles. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now the rookie's free. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. And his kick is good. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it. Because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter. Because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Wentz to throw again. And it's caught by Suddith. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Wentz now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Bennett able to drop him for a loss of 4. On second down, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
Certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed. Yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Here's Wentz to throw. This one brought in by Dorial Green-Beckham. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Wentz got to have this one. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. The storyline.